Hey, everybody, welcome to the call tonight. We're going to get breezy to welcome everybody. And I just want to thank everybody for joining us for the FSTSwap call, Monday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday afternoons. That's our current schedule. So breezy, come on in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the FSTSwap presentation. Today is Monday, June 6th. It is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Welcome to everyone from everywhere you're at. We've got Carlos and David A, David D, Doris, Peter, Renee, and Sanjeev co-hosting today. And we have BB in the house. We have the Brodricks. We have Cameron. We have Clinton and Crypto Queen, Crypto Quint Frank, Dale, Debbie, Edwidge, iPhone. If you could please put your name in your title, we would greatly appreciate knowing who you are. We have Kimmy, Jonathan. We have Juma, Karen, Catherine, Kyle, Lana, Marlene, Maxine, and I'm losing my place because more people are coming in. Patricia, Yogini, Sandra, Veronica, and Venchi. Welcome to the call, everybody. Doris, please come on in.
Hello, everyone. Okay, I have a special guest tonight. Actually, none other than our host tonight, Mr. Peter Anthony. Peter and I've known him since maybe 10 years ago, but I've never met him in person. Okay, so I honestly believe that he reached out to me at the perfect time. I was looking for something else. I was learning, I was paying a lot of money trying to learn how to trade. And Peter came in and said, hey, there is this bot that does cryptocurrency trading. It's only so much. I said, good. I don't even have to really think much about it because the timing was just perfect. And Peter, I think you saved my life at that time because, so I want to reach out to everyone. Do not be afraid to reach out to your friends. If you find a program that is good, do not be afraid to reach out because you don't know what they were looking for at that time. When Peter reached out to me, it was the perfect time because I was looking for something else. I was doing something, but it wasn't really going anywhere. So now, because of him introducing me to that, I got to know all of the leaders here, all the community members, and it's like family right now. We are very close. I trust Peter with, like with my life actually even. So Peter, you're the man. So thank you for everything that you've done for us. Please come on and share what you have to share with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Doris. Thank you so much. And really what you just said is important that, we all meet people different times in our lives and, different opportunities come and go, but it's about sticking together and staying together as a family and just learning together. And that's what I want to emphasize here. It's all about the education that we're experiencing through crypto. And we've had a lot of people on this call that, have come forth and gave us some of their knowledge and experiences in crypto. So that's important that we continue to do that and continue to educate everyone and at the same time get to know each other because we are growing as a family, we are growing as a community. And that's very important to all of us that we are very personable with each other. And pretty much everyone on the call, most of the people on the call I do recognize, and those that are new, welcome to FSTSwap. We are in an incredible project. It has transformed over a year and a bit. And we were there right from the beginning when it started, when we started mining for PGNLZ, which was in July. Before that, we were just introduced to DeFi from a gentleman in Taiwan named Paul. And he introduced us first to a bot that we started trading and the community came together. And then he gave us, some diversity by introducing us into the DeFi space, which we we didn't know anything about. I didn't know anything about that. And we learned. We kind of came to the calls. Paul was on the calls with us almost every day, just teaching us about DeFi, and he made himself available. And we learned what it's about. We don't know everything yet. I'm still learning as we go. There's a lot of people on this call that are much more knowledgeable than myself, and we look to each other to get the expertise and knowledge that we need. We came a long way, like I mentioned, from FIST. When it first started, there was a group of 6 people that came together, and they put together a token called Rev, and then it blossomed into FIST as the developers abandoned that ship. And those 6 visionaries grew the community. And back then it was called Pangu, and now we are at FSTSwap. So it grew. FIST was used to mine OSK, and then from OSK, we all got into the project around May, June, July last year, and then we started mining for the PNLZ, and that lasted until the end of December. And then from there, we got to the point where a new DEX was developed by the end of December, and this is where we are. The FSTSwap DEX was developed then, and we are using FIST as the main coin for this incredible FSTSwap. So just a brief overview of where we're at right now, and we're going to show you guys this PowerPoint. Let's go on with it. Okay, go ahead, Breezy. Let's start the presentation. Okay, so I'm going into what FSTSwap is. FSTSwap is an automated market maker, an AMM, we've heard of that term before, that allows the exchange of 2 tokens on the Binance Smart Chain. So we're using the Binance Smart Chain with FSTSwap. It's fast, it's affordable, and allows anyone to participate. So the Binance Smart Chain has become one of the most popular smart chains to use, I guess, one of the most popular exchanges to use for gaming and for any kind of new projects that are coming on board. So we plan to have our own blockchain in the near future. The development is going well, and we have garnered a lot of attention from crypto communities all around the world. Now, what I talked about is about the community, and this is what's important when we talk about our platform. It's the community that comes together, and we all experienced this community by being in the PG group last year and how that's developed. And a lot of communities in China have created these little communities, and from that, we all came together on this platform. So we have a strong community that supports everything we do. FSTSwap has 2 native tokens, which is FIST and OSK. And the account holders continue to grow every day as people are putting their FIST and OSK into pools, which we're going to get into. And hundreds of other tokens have paired up with FIST in this ecosystem. These ecologies are here to join hands with us to collaborate and develop FSTSwap. So this is our main platform, which is FSTSwap. We provide liquidity, and we can provide liquidity using the pairs of USD FIST, OSK FIST, and the people that have NFTs, you can actually mine FON tokens using NFTs. So the main the main project right now is to mine FON. It's called FON Vidi, as you can see on the PowerPoint there. We're also pairing FON with FIST and FON with OSK in order to mine FON. So we're almost like double dipping here. So as of May 1st of this year, we have officially deployed our mining contract to mine our future mainnet token, which is FON, which is going to be used in the new DEX that's going to be announced in, I think, October. So that's the plans. According to the plan that the devs have put together, they're pretty much on target as to when these plans are taking place. So for example, they said that we're going to start mining on May 1st, and we did that. And then they also mentioned that the nodes were coming, and then we started that on June 1st. So we're going to be explaining what nodes are, and we'll get Sanjeev to explain a little bit of that. He's a little more technical on that end. What we're doing right now is we are mining FON for the next 7 years. So they broke it up into segments. The first year, we're going to be mining 30% of the total FON. The second year, 20%, and the last 5 years is going to be 10% each. Within the first year, of this 30% that's going to be mined, which is 111 million FON, there's a total of 320 or 330 million. And the first year, we're going to be mining 111 million of this FON. And of that 111 million, 18% is going to be dedicated to the nodes. And we'll get into that and how we can all participate in that. The way we are mining FON is, like I said, by pairing up the different coins. We also have other communities that are coming together into this platform. So we've also created the Ethereum Fist pools, BNB Fist pool, the BNB USDT pool, and there are a few others as well. And these pools also can mine Fawn. Okay, so that's the purpose of these liquidity pools, is to mine this incredible token called Fawn. And a lot of us have already experienced actually mining Fawn and actually cashing out. This is considered daily income for those that want to just cash out. So by mining Fawn tokens, members can earn a daily income. You have the option to harvest the Fawn tokens at any time. And once you harvest Fawn, you can swap for USDT and use the funds for whatever you need to take care of. So this is the great part of what we're doing right now. It's a great way for people to get involved in crypto and experience actual income coming in just by mining Fawn, by putting your funds into a liquidity pool paired up with either FIST USDT, FIST OSK, and all the other pairings that I just mentioned. So a great way for people to get their feet wet in crypto while they learn about what crypto is all about. Okay, so that is just a quick overview of where we are today, and we do believe this is going to be an amazing platform. This is going to last 7 years, so there's longevity here. There's stability in the pools. We have over $1 billion deployed amongst all the pools. This is a huge project, and we are part of a great node system that they've created. We just started June 1st. There are about 40 to 50 nodes that are in circulation. And the top 37 nodes are the ones that are participating in earning Fawn for their members. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. Right now, I'm going to introduce Carlos, one of our incredible community leaders who has been with us in this project from the beginning, from last year on. A lot of us got to know him, and we all know how funny and quick-witted he is. He's just a great gentleman to be around. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him in New York City a month ago, and it was a great experience just hanging out with him for about a couple hours and just seeing Carlos at work and doing what he does. And just from the conversation with him it was a pleasant experience for me, and I enjoyed those moments I had with him. Carlos, thank you for everything you've done for our community and you continue to do, and we'd love to hear from you. Come on in, buddy.
Hey guys, how you doing, party people? Good to see you guys. So Peter, thank you so much for handing that over to me. I want to say something to Peter. I apologize for saying it right now. I'm not going to text you this in private or whatever, but I think it's important that people understand that this is a genuine community. I've never met Peter. I've been working with Peter on different things before this project, and it just gained momentum. You gain the trust of people, you start liking people, and then you start saying, hey, you have your money invested in that, then I'm gonna try that too, because I know your heart, I know your intention, and that's pretty much what it really is. You, like, when I say do your own research, I'm doing my own research with people too. It's not just about tokens, it's not just about coins, it's about people. I do my own research on people, and your actions speak louder than words. So I took to Peter right away. Peter didn't see me empty-handed. He came down and he bought some amazing clothes for my newborn son. My son is 2 months old, and he was wearing a couple of items. I got to send you some pictures on that. So Peter did that. I want to thank the community. I want to thank, I want to thank God for being in the right place at the right time, really. Because if I didn't take the leap of faith in trusting Bernard, I would have never met Peter. So I met Bernard, and then I met Peter, and I met Breezy and Doris and David and everybody else. Frank, V, everyone else. So I'm elated to know that this community is real people. There's no bots here. I don't see any bots on this call right here. You might get a few bots on those telegrams. I definitely get a ton of people hitting me up on the side. But I also want to thank Cynthia. I'm not sure if she's on the call, but she sent me something for my son, and I appreciate it. I'm like, I didn't know any of any of you guys, and you guys just came through and chipped in. So thank you so much. But enough about me. I really want to talk about why we call this Extraordinary Mondays, and we want to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge somebody in the community that I just got to know, and I'm getting to know more and more of. You know, he has a name of one of my favorite wide receivers. Some of you that like football might know that this wide receiver was a very flamboyant wide receiver, and you always had to grab your popcorn when this man was on the field, and that man is called T.O. So Terrell Owens, right? So we have our own T.O. here. We have a playmaker here, a little more behind the scenes than T.O. T.O. was boisterous and flamboyant, and you knew he was in your face, right? But he made plays, and you always counted on him. I got the pleasure to find out that T.O. is a very special person to this community and a very important person to this community because he T.O. currently lives in Maryland, right? But I have a little info on him, so I'm just trying to catch that here. So T.O. currently lives in Maryland, but he's originally from Nigeria. You know, his name is Taiwo, right? And I hope I'm not doing this justice to your name. And I want to bring him in. I want to acknowledge the fact that he has such an influence. He's had such an influence on the community behind the scenes. He's helped so many people. He's been on so many support calls, and he's taken the initiative to actually be on the support calls so that he can go back and teach people how to open wallets, how to transfer money, how to, you know, what is a gas fee. I mean, a lot of his people would open a wallet and couldn't move crypto, and they're like, I opened the wallet, I can't move my crypto. It's like, oh, well, you need to buy gas fees. Let me show you what that means. Just as simple as things, you know. And he brought a lot of people in, and all of his people had PNLGs. They all got to enjoy the PNLG rise. So that's pretty amazing that he brought him on here. So without further ado, I want to acknowledge T.O. and I want to bring him on because I want to hear from you, T.O. I really want to hear how you feel about this project. I want to know how you when you talk about this project, you know, how do you tell people about this project, and where are you at? Where's your mindset now with how far we've come and where we're going? You know, what's their roadmap and what's your roadmap? You know, within the community, what are you looking to do here, and how do you feel about the project?
Okay.
T.O.
Thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank you.
I appreciate that little commendation. This community to me is one of a kind. I've been around, Telegram, this Wild Wild West Telegram street since 2016. I've been in this space since 2016, and I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of communities. I know the right one when I see one, because I used to be a community manager for a company based outside in Canada. It's called Global Research. You know, it's a blockchain based company too. You know, it's a startup. So I work as the community manager for them. I manage their Telegram, their Twitter account, their social media platforms for about 3 years. So I know a good community when I see one. So this is how I got to this community. I was home sometimes early last year, right? I was watching YouTube, and I saw Brian. David will know who Brian is. I saw Brian talking about my AI bot, and I used to use KuCoin bots to trade on KuCoin, right? So I was looking for a better bot. So I was looking for bot, and then I saw Brian talk about my AI bot. So he left his contact, so I called him. So we talked, and then he hooked me up. And then he said, well, I'm not just going to hook you up. I'm gonna take you to my community. So it took me to David's, I don't know, I forgot the name of that community, whatever. So he registered me on there, I downloaded the app, and then he brought me to the My AI Board Telegram group. So I listened to Coach Ken every morning. I got to meet Breezy, I got to see David, and I got to see Peter. And then, you know, gradually I was following the community. I was studying the community, and I can tell you from the My AI Board community up to where we are right now, I've never met such a loving community where there's integrity, you know, where you can find love among people. So that really geared me up, and I said, okay, I can bring my people into this project. So I brought my people in. I think I brought about 10 people in at the same time to try My AI Bot, but I didn't really quite satisfied with the performance of My AI Bot. Just as I was about to leave My AI Bot for good, Paul came in that day, tell us about Pangu, right? So I was there the first day that he came. So when he talked about it, and he was talking about DeFi, because I know DeFi. So I listened to him, I let him say what he wanted to say. And I said, I knew what he was talking about, but I didn't know how Pangu were gonna go about this, right? But when I heard him say the Pangu people in China, they're ready to boost the community up to 1 million people, and they are going on the street, knocking on people's doors. I know that's an opportunity right there, because if anybody can do that, then they are bringing new investors to the ecosystem, right, to the platform. So I knew this is going to be an opportunity. So I brought in more people, you know, I believe about 34, 35 of us in total. We started mining Pangu, the energy back then last year, and we did that. Everybody was happy, you know, we all happy. Not until when what happened in February happened, right? But that's fine. They didn't really understand. I've been in this space. I've bought tokens that, you know, that I lost almost 99% of it, and then it went back up, and I made good money out of it. So I know how this space moves. Some of them left, but I was able to bring a few of them back. So FSTSwap, right? So right now I have about, including my account, total of 21 accounts that I manage for my community right now. What I'm planning on doing, because I really want to see where we're going. What happened is, most of the time, when I come to the community to see where the, like, you know, what we call roadmaps, right? In most of these most of these projects, they have what they call roadmap. So I tried to look for the roadmap, but I couldn't find one. But then when I go back to the Twitter account, I was able to put one or two things together and see where the developers are taking this project to, and it's going to be a game changer. I already knew that. So I'm trying to organize a call with my community every other day and do the same thing that you're doing here. You see, my community, they trust me. They just give me the money. They just send it to me and say, Tao, just help us to invest this. So I'm trying to boost that now. I'm trying to take our number to say about 500 to 800 people before the end of this year. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. So that's what I'm working on doing now, because I already see where this platform is going. And I know that I'm, you know, in good hands when it comes to running back to people like Breezy, Peter, David, you, Carlos, too, who can help me if I run into any trouble, who can, you know, because I'm still looking for somebody who will be able to bridge between this community and the Chinese community. I don't belong to any of the Chinese community, but sometimes they have some information that I would need to take back to my community. And I don't like, you know, disturbing Breezy, even though Breezy will always, you know, she's always there for you anytime you call on her. But sometimes I feel reluctant to bother her or anything. But I just, if I'm able to get information at first hand, you know, that I can take back to my community, that way I'll be able to share it with them on timely basis. I'm pretty much sure I will grow that community to 500 or 600 before the end of this year. So that's just what I want to work with anyone who will be able to help me out concerning that. Aside from that, I know this is the right place for me to be at. I know where this is taking us, especially for the next 7 years, what's going to come up in the next 7 years. So when I see opportunity, I know one. And I know this is a great opportunity for anyone who is able to, no matter when you plug in, no matter when you come into DeFi platform, no matter the time that you come, as long as developers are doing what they're doing right now, and those guys are what they're doing that most people probably are not paying attention to. And Peter just said it now, is when they give a timeline that they're going to do something at a certain time, they always meet that, that target, that goal, they always meet. That is very, very crucial when you talk about blockchain projects, So once they hit that, they said by October or by the end of this year, the blockchain might come into existence. They're able to do that too. It's going to be a game changer. I already know that. So I thank you all so much. I thank you, Carlos. I thank everybody. I thank, the whole community. There's no, everybody love one another in this group, and I appreciate that. And I hope the same, love that we extend to one another will continue to grow this community, because there's money to be made here, but then there's something that money cannot buy, which is the friendship that we try to build among one another. So what's the point of getting rich and then you don't have good friends to run to? If everything is not about money, right? Sometimes, right? So I love the love that is in this community. I like the people, the credibility, everything, every good thing that a good community has, this community has it. And I can't wish for a more better community. So thank you so much, Carlos.
Thank you, Teal. Thank you. And we want to send you a fund as a token of our appreciation for what you do for the community. Just you coming along and telling us all of this, a lot of people don't know how hard you work behind the scenes, and that you're not just doing it for yourself, that you carrying an entire community on your back. So we appreciate that. Make sure that you send Breezy or Peter, or put it on the your chat, the your address, so we can send you a fund. Hopefully that fund one day will go to the numbers of BNB, and be like a $300 coin, $100 coin or something like that. So we appreciate you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So keep on doing what you're doing.
For the community.
Thank you. Keep on doing what you're doing, and you're doing something very selfless. Like, you're not getting paid to help any of your people out, and you are, and that's true leadership right there. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Carlos. Thanks. I appreciate that community. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, T.O. Awesome. Great,
You're welcome.
Great story there. And these are the type of people that we are attracting to our community. And these are servant leaders, like it was mentioned in some of the chat messages. We thank you for your service. We thank you for looking out for people in your community and the people that you love. And, they trust you so much. And this is important because we need to build a community of trust. And we have that with Breezy on the support calls, and Edwidge and Paulette and Bia and everybody that comes on the support calls. It's all about building confidence and trust so that people can feel confident enough to invest their money into certain projects that are safe. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the best projects that are safe, and we can confidently introduce others too. And our community is going to continue to give the education and give you the updates that we can possibly get just straight from Paul or from DeFi Max or people that are close to the devs. We want to make sure we get the most updated information and pass it on. Whether we become one of the top 37 nodes or not, it doesn't matter. We're going to continue to do the calls. We're going to continue to give the information, because that's what we've done in the past. We've done this for a year and a half almost. So it's just something that we're going to continue to do. But the fact that there is a great incentive to be in the top 37 is a great way for us to, continue to build the community stronger, so that we can at least earn something for the whole platform, and everybody that's presenting can, get some kind of remuneration. And that's the eventual goal. But if we don't get there as early as we'd like, It's not a problem. We're going to continue to do this. We're going to continue to bless everybody that comes into our lives with this incredible opportunity. Just by earning FON every single day and being able to cash out, it's just an amazing way for people to get into crypto, like we mentioned. We're talking about nodes, and the node system is started June 1st, where
Peter, I think we lost you.
Breezy, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay,
We lost
sorry
you
about
at June 1st.
Okay, so on June 1st, they started the node system where communities were able to come together and they set aside a certain amount of FIST coins so that they can get a node, be considered a node. And what happens there is that they are going to get votes from their community members, and the top 37 nodes that have the highest votes will be given a certain number of remuneration from the plan that's laid out. A certain number of FON gets distributed among the voters within that particular node. So that node system is already set for voting, and it's used in the FIST USDT pool. So if you want to participate in the node voting, you have to invest in the FIST USDT pool. And when you do that, as soon as you put the funds in the liquidity, to do is use that FRT in order to vote. Now, one of the mistakes I made, and I want to talk with experience, is that I had some FRT and I actually transferred a small amount to another account. So that is a no-no, which what that did was that I lost that certain amount of FRT, which is needed in order to withdraw from the liquidity pool. So you have to keep your FRT within your account. And if you're going to be voting, you allocate the FRT into the node that you want to vote for. And then if you ever want to take out that vote, you have to take out the FRT in order to take out the money from USDT FIST pool. You have to have that exact number of FRT in order to take out that money. So please, if you have FRT, do not transfer it to other accounts. Do not send it to your friends or family. It doesn't work that way. You have to keep it in your account because of the fact the FRT is tied to the liquidity pool in the USDT FIST. Okay, so please remember to keep it within your account. And I did that little mistake, but I'm able to bring it back because it's one of my other accounts. So I just bring it back so that I have the exact amount of FRT in order, if I ever want to take out the funds from my USDT FIST pool, I have to have the right amount of FRT. Okay, so please remember that. Another update that came about was the elephant pool. Sanjeev, do you want to touch a little bit about that topic there?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Peter. Hello, everyone.
First of all, let me just introduce Sanjeev. Sanjeev is one of the leaders in our community, and he's been a part of our group since the MatBot days. Most of us are from that little era there, and we've all gotten together and formed this incredible community, and we formed this node, the English community node, which Sanjeev is a big part of. And he's our technical guy, so to speak. He's, gets us all the information. We learned from Sanjeev quite a bit from his research. So Sanjeev, come on in and shed some light on this project that they've introduced.
All right, my pleasure, my pleasure. Before we get into the elephant pools, I want to touch on something that Tio brought up. That's a common question. When you enter a project in the world of crypto, you always want to know what a roadmap is. Where is a roadmap? Tio, and for anybody else who's looking for it, it is here, but it's called a route map instead of a roadmap. So these are all the various things that are happening in this project. If you scroll down, I know it's a slightly different way of putting it out. You can look at all the various things that are happening. I do agree that there is no timeline and hence not a roadmap as such, but these are the checklist of items that the community has plans to develop, right? As you might have seen, most of these are already happening, right? So creating a node is complete now. node elections are happening, node rewards are happening, how do you exit a node, candidate node, these are all happening as we speak. This is the next stage where we're going to start creating the proposals, so on and so forth. Here on the liquidity pools, the LP, the SERP fund pool, that's the elephant pool that we're going to talk about. So this is the latest and greatest update on this project as of today. Most of you guys have seen it. It's an elephant pool. What is this? This is now another way of earning if you're part of this FSTSwap. Until now, we've only seen 2, if not 3 different ways of earning. One is being in a liquidity pool. Number 2 is being staking, which is the farms, right? Being in the farms. And the third one is when you vote to a node. Now this is a 4th way as of today, right? So what this is at this stage of the project, a lot of members have accumulated enough FON. Now you can stake FON to earn FTTS, which is another token. The team, I mean, the project team has been excellent at developing the documentation just in time. I know this was just developed a couple of days ago, but you already have all the things you need to know about what an elephant pool is, you know, what are you going to get out of it? What does it mean for you? And to find that, I think most of you are familiar with this screen. When you go into earn, there's 2 ways of earning that. One is the pool, the other one is your, which is the new elephant pool. This one is your farm, which is your staking farm. So when you go into pool, so this is what you will see. Currently the APR is at 6.4. It just started not too long ago. There is a clock, by the way. Keep in mind, there is about 30 days is the overall time frame for this. Again, the idea behind this is if the fund is just sitting in your wallet, it's not doing much rather than accumulating the appreciation or the depreciation of a coin. You can actually make it work in your favor, which is you can earn FTTS, right? Once you start staking FON. So basic input to this way of earning is FON, and the output is your FTTS. I hope that makes sense. But if there are any questions, please type them away, and then we'll get towards the tail end of it as we go along. But that's a major update from since the last time we met.
Sandeep, are you staking FON with any other coin or just FON directly?
It's a single, so that's the reason, and it's not part of your traditional staking. It's a yeah, it's not a pair. It's just FON.
Okay.
Yes.
It's just like the NFT, the way we're staking that for FON.
Correct.
Okay.
And yeah, people have different names for it, but this is just a way of making money rather than just holding on to your coin, right? So if it is not doing anything, you're not interested in putting in any of the pools, this is another way of making money.
Okay, and another question that I got was, what is this FTTS coin and what value does it have?
FTTS coin, as of today, it doesn't have a lot of value. I completely agree, but it is another coin that is being developed for the FSTSwap. Just like it is not a core coin. I gotta be very clear. It's not contributing to the project, but this is another byproduct of the entire ecosystem that's being developed. So it's
okay.
Yeah.
So it's just an optional, another method for people to earn. You said 30 days is the staking period?
Correct. It just started yesterday, and then yeah, we have about 29 days to go.
And then that project is over, and then is that what it means? That's the end of it?
Correct. That's the end of it. And then at the end of 30 days, it's up to the developers or the project team to decide if they want to bring it back or do they want to bring another coin. Maybe we can earn Ethereum. Maybe we can earn BNB by staking FON, right? So there's different ways. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so the APR is kind of low. You touched upon that. Can you explain a little bit about what APR is and how it's fluctuating so much in the farming pool specifically. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. So hope you're still able to see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Now, this is a screen that most of you are probably familiar because this is where you stake your coins to earn the APR. You'll find APR here. APR is annual percentage rate. This is mostly the returns that you're getting on your initial investment. Not to be confused with APY. There's a big difference. APY is after you compound, and hence the calculator right here. So if you're seeing APR, a number, and a tiny calculator, that's the whole reason, right? So when you compound, this is what will give you the API number. For example, you have $100 in the pool as a whole, not just one coin, as a whole, and you're staking that, and then you are compounding. You're staking that for 30 days, for example, and you're compounding that every day. What does that mean? What does compounding exactly mean? Most of you are probably aware, but I'm just going to reiterate that. What that means is at the end of each day, whatever I have earned, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to harvest in the actual terms, right? I'm going to harvest and I'm going to put it back in the pool. That is the definition of pretty much your compounding every day. Your ROI is 9%. Now, if you do that for 30 days, you're receiving about $9 on that. So 9% rate of return. It increases as you go. Obviously, compounding is a long-term game. As you can see, if I do that for about a year, you've almost doubled, right? So that's the beauty of it. So that's the difference I wanted to highlight. 1 year, you compound, you get 185% APY. This is called APY, and hence the difference. So APR is 105, but the APY is 185. Does that answer your question?
Okay, so you put $100 in this example. You're gonna have your 100 plus 185 by the end of the year. Is that like 285 total you're gonna have?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I just want to clarify that part.
Yeah.
So it's 185% gain.
Correct.
On your investment.
Yes,
Yeah.
ROI, return on investment. It does not include the principal. No. So if you add the principal, then it becomes 285. Yes.
Okay. And this APR keeps changing. Can you touch upon why it keeps changing and how confident are we that it's going to stay around the 100% mark, or are we not expecting that to continue?
Good question. So definitely I want to answer that because that's a hot topic in some of your minds, because some of these APRs have changed drastically in one direction, which is dropped, not increased, not yet, at least as of today. There's a way to sort the farms. You can go here, sort by APR, and then you can click on that. By default, I think whenever you enter this particular screen, you're going to be picked to what's called a hot farm. The definition of that is wherever the developers have their most attention as of today, because that's what's generating the most amount of farm. As you can see, it's a multiplier of 25.93, right? So to answer your question, Peter, APR will change in any farm. It's not unique to FSTSwap or to our project. So APR is a combination of, it's a dance that the developers have to manage between the multiplier. It's a balance that they try to play between the multiplier and the overall liquidity pool value. So in this case, it's about $274 million right here. That's the liquidity that this particular farm is supported by, right? So that's the liquidity that supports this farm at a multiplier of 24.93. That is the combination of these two is what the APR is decided by. and then it'll keep changing as these numbers are, as the liquidity keeps changing, right? And then the objective is, in a particular day, this entire farm of 30 pools, we have about 30 pools today active, they need to generate a certain amount of fawn per day. And now how do you do that? And how do you give it back to the community? So that's a whole logic behind all of this, right? So so you will always see these numbers changing,
Right.
and each farms are different, right? The fawn USDT is at 177.92 as of today. Yeah.
Okay.
And APR is also a combination of, please keep that in mind, APR is a combination of the money that you're, the rewards that you're earning in staking and the fees that you're earning in liquidity pool. Because just because you move the money from the liquidity pool to this farm, it's not that you're losing the benefits of the liquidity pool. See, this is where they are. There are the fees that are here. So it's a combination. APR is a calculation of multiplier, liquidity pool, and the size of the liquidity pool.
So from some of my conversations with Paul, I was asking how much fun is mined a day this year, because remember I was breaking it down 30% this year, 20% next year, 10% the next 5 years beyond that. And he said every day 300,000 fawn is distributed amongst the pool. So
correct,
significant amount of fawn being generated.
Absolutely, and you can find all of that right here too. I didn't want to cut you off there. You see, this is in the white paper. You can find those numbers that you're talking about. The fawn. This is the daily rewards of 304,109 fawns have to be generated every single day, right? This is the number that you're talking about, right? The 30% the first year. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Amazing. It's great that it's broken down and we are able to access this information, and you know, you can do your own math. Everything is just mathematical, it's logical, right? All the numbers here and how the pools are divided, and 18% is devoted to the nodes now. So that is another incredible project on its own. So communities are forming and growing, and they're able to generate fun. And of course, we started the English international community with the premise of trying to build a huge community in North America and beyond for the English-speaking community, and get the information out there for them, and just you know, keep educating. And that's the purpose, to help everybody get into this platform, at least earn fawn a day. Doesn't matter what node you're part of, just you know, at least be educated on what you're voting for and get the information first. Do your due diligence. And of course, our plan is to be in the top 37 sometime this year. We're going to keep going towards that. And if we don't get there, we're still going to continue with the education and just make sure that people get the support they need. And that's what we're committed to. So look forward to having our support. And of course, we have support calls. I think we're still doing Tuesday and Wednesday, Breezy, at 2 p.m. Is that correct for now? If she wants to verify that, but that's what I believe.
That is correct. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you need help getting into the liquidity pools, if you need help on how to vote, we will have support calls Tuesday and Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time at the same Zoom link that you're on today. So just you know, feel comfortable. If you have questions, come on that call. And of course, we're going to take question and answer now. Unless Sanjeev, you have a little more to elaborate on here. Go ahead, Sanjeev.
Just really quick, this is an important location where there's a lot of information that is stored. The way to get there is there's 3 dots on the top right corner of your screen where it says connect to your wallet. And right next to that, there's something called Help Center. The minute you click on Help Center, that's where you can find the entire detail, including the FAQs and everything, right? So about the project, including the roadmap, which is pretty exciting if you think about it. Look at how many things there are yet to be built. There's going to be something called a swimming pool, single coin pledge farming that's going to be coming up, which is the elephant pool, and then there's going to be high quality pledge mining too. So there's going to be more ways of earning rewards as we go along. And these are very common. You'll see that with our competitors too in the field. So yeah, that's all. That's all I wanted
Awesome.
to.
Awesome. Let's open it up to question and answer. Breezy, if you can help us with anybody with their hands up, or if there are any questions in the chat, we'll try our best to get the answers for you today. If not, we will get the answer by asking Paul or DeFi Max or message the devs to see if they can give us the correct answer that we need. So please go ahead, Breezy.
We have Adila with her hand up. Please come on in.
Yes, greetings, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Adila.
Hello. My question is, just what are the white papers and how do you access that to get information?
Sanjeev, would you like to take that one?
Absolutely. So, Adila, let me know if you're able to see my screen. So basically, when you go into your app, if you're familiar with this screen, you go to the three dots right here on the right top corner, and then you click on something called Help Center with an I circled. And this is where you see a white paper. That's the second part of your question. The first part of your question was, what is a white paper? White paper is the concept of any cryptocurrency token. So you pick any cryptocurrency token, they need to have a white paper. That's pretty much the project plan, if you may call it, right? And every project has a plan, and this is a project plan. What are the different features? How to find them? Where are they going? And FAQs and all that stuff. So anything and everything that you want to know about the project as of today, a little bit of history, and also where they're going tomorrow. So that's, hope that helps.
Yes,
and
it
how
does help.
Yeah, go ahead, Adila.
That does help. The only question is, you said to go into some website and go and access the three dots on top. Where was I to go for that?
Oh, do you have BitKeep?
Big Keep?
Yes.
No.
BitKeep or Token Pocket, right? Breezy, we can use Token Pocket to access this, right? I believe.
Yes, yes, you can.
Yes.
As long as you have FSTSwap, you can do it from Token Pocket or BitKeep.
Okay.
So Adila, you just have to access your FSTSwap and then go back, Sanjay, if you can, please, to that FSTSwap and then direct her from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's
There you
going to look the same way even in your Token Pocket.
Okay.
And the three dots on the right corner, and then you go to Help Center. And I think if you wanted to know more, ping me in the group. I could give you a quick recording of the Token Pocket if that's the wallet you have, right? I don't mind. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you, Sanjeev.
You're welcome.
We have Bernard who is asking if you can talk about the burning of Fawn.
The burning of Fawn. Sanjeev, do you have updates on that? Or is DeFi Max on the call or anybody like that? Let's see. Let's see if DeFi, no, he's not. Sanjeev, do you have any updates on that, or should we ask ask Paul and the devs before we answer to get more information?
I think this is a Twitter post that was just published yesterday. It's in relation to the fund that has been generated for the last 1 month. The folks that have the FRT, but they were not able to vote, right? So the voting just started about a week ago. So in that period of 1 month, there were quite a few FON, which is about 18%. Like I was sharing earlier, 18% of the FON has been generated, but was never distributed to the community because there was no way to distribute it because the nodes were not set up. But yeah, more to come on that, but definitely that's what that is about.
Okay. All right, Breezy, any other questions?
No other questions in the chat. Does anyone have any questions? Please raise your hand. Otherwise, we're going to move right along.
We got Cameron. Good morning,
Cameron?
Cameron.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Breezy.
Hi, buddy.
Hi,
Hello.
Sanjeev and everyone, Carlos. I just, when I started to mine Fawn in May in a number of different liquidity pools, I had used a strategy to reinvest all my Fawn back into a Fawn OSK liquidity pool to earn more Fawn, which was the way I was trying to compound. And then I noticed I saw Carlos had posted something about, what his strategy at the time, which was to take his Fawn, sell it, and buy USDT and FIST, add more liquidity to USDT and FIST, which also gave him more FRT to be able to vote to nodes and be able to earn more Fawn that way as well. So and now I started investing in I did join the elephant pool today and added some Fawn into the FTTS, that pool where you could just stake Fawn and earn
Right.
some. But the APR at like 6.4, I'm starting to think that even, if you look at that, Sanjeev showed us how you could rank the existing liquidity pools by APR. If you've got one that's like the highest one, I think I saw there was the Fawn USDT liquidity pool. If you start reinvesting into that pool at this current time, it seems like you get your best return on investment by adding to that liquidity pool. So for example, you could earn Fawn, not sell all of it, like sell half of what you've harvested, buy USDT with it, enter Fawn and USDT into a liquidity pool, and then be able to be mining more Fawn within that pool. I'm just thinking, I'm thinking out loud here about always paying attention to where the sort of biggest bang for your return and your
Or the APR.
compounding.
Yeah. So the one mystery to me is the FTTS coin. What is that going to be used for, and what value is that going to have if they're just going to stop it after 30 days, right? So that's a mystery. And I know the value is low, but it could be a diamond in the rough here if you mine it for 30 days. And I don't know. I got to get more details on that.
FTTS was an airdrop as well. If you were in the NFT, if you had an NFT, it was an airdrop. We all received some. I actually took my FTTS, which actually ended up being worth like, the amount that I had was worth like $7 or $8 or $9. I can't remember what it was, but there happened to be an FTTS and FIST liquidity pool. So I just took the little amount that they airdropped to me and I matched it up with some FIST. And I've been earning a tiny little bit amount of Fawn in that liquidity pool. So I kind of felt like if I staked that Fawn and earned some FTTS, I could actually take that and enter it into the other pool and actually earn more Fawn. But I'm not sure the return will be big enough in that 30-day elephant pool to make it worth the while. I think you're better off to actually go back into one of the other Fawn liquidity pools because they seem to be paying the highest APR right currently. Anyway, that's just my thoughts about this and what I've been kind of playing around and moving back and forth and adding more, doing what Carlos had suggested, putting more in the FIST, the communities,
The voting pool.
Yeah, the voting pool, like the FIST USDT pool is like sort of the main pool, and it gives you FRT. So I thought that's a good place too because you're getting more voting power and earning more Fawn in that regard as well. So anyway, I think it's all great. There's all these opportunities that keep showing up, and it's just learning to pay attention to the numbers and allocate. And I'm like Tio had mentioned earlier, I'm helping a number of people that I introduced to all of this, and So I'm trying to help them to, to understand
Understand
where
this
to
too.
move things
Yeah.
to. And
I mean, you're experimenting, Carlos. So that's great. I mean, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are, as we go. Please come on the calls and give us updates on your experiments there, because it's going to help all of us. Because we really don't know exactly where to put our funds, but for me personally, I'm putting it into the USDT FIST pool, and of course, with that you get the FRT, so you can vote. So that is my goal, and I do compound it. I do compound after I earn up to 10 FON. I just put back into the pool. That's my strategy. Everybody has their own strategy. Yeah, go ahead, Cam.
I was just about to say, there's this big part of me that almost doesn't want to give up my FON that I'm earning.
Yeah.
Like, and so, and when I made the move to, because I actually acquired, like, over the course of a month, I actually earned something like 130 FON by also compounding, and like, and then I ended up selling it all to go into the USDT FIST pool, and part of me felt sad about selling off all my FON to be able to do that. Of course, I'm earning more FON since then, but part of me wants to kind of hang on to the FON, because I think for the future.
I know what you're saying, because
Yeah.
we don't know the value of it yet. So I know what you're talking about there. Sorry, you got some noise in the background here. Hang on 1 second. We turn that phone off. Yeah. So you feel guilty selling the FON back, because hopefully FON gets to the BNB price, and we want to all hold on to that. But at the same time, if you're reinvesting the FON into the compounding method, you're going to earn FON, and you're going to have FON within the liquidity pool as well. You're holding on to that within the pool, right? A little bit of it.
Yes. Yeah, of course. And so I think maybe it's like having some strategies that mix up all of those things. Like, you keep some FON and put some FON into liquidity pool with maybe USDT or OSK or FIST, because all of those had really good, when I was doing it in May, the the FON OSK liquidity pool actually had really high APR for most of the month of May. So I was earning quite a bit of more FON when I was doing that. It was I was compounding it every single day. I was like sometimes twice a day I was taking it and putting it back in the pool. So just trying to figure out the right strategy for June. But anyway, I just thought I would make some comments today.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. We do want to hear from you on the next call, so we can see how far you've gotten and what strategy you've decided to go with. But yeah, everybody has their own strategy, and Carlos has his own strategy. Carlos, you want to come on in, buddy? You want to tell us what you're doing? I know somebody wanted for you to speak here. Carlos, are you back?
Yes. Now, can you hear me?
Hey, buddy.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So basically, I was doing the same thing as Cameron. I was just, I feel that we've got 7 years, right? So we got all this FON coming in. So why not just, it's free money, right? What are you going to do with the free money, So I'm not looking to cash it out, but I definitely want to get more votes. So I think my safest bet is always to just put it back into FIST and USDT. Plus USDT is a stable coin, so it's not really going to go, lower than $1, right? So I feel extra safe with being in a stable coin liquidity pool. Plus, if you guys take a look at you look at all the pools next to it, it'll say something, it'll say core. I'm not sure if you touched on that, Peter, but it'll say core. There's 3 coins that'll say core right next to them, and obviously it's OSK, FIST, and FON. And since this whole project is revolving around those 3 coins, you could always feel safest there, So, it's kind of cute to see what you could do with FTT. And Cameron, I did the same thing. I had a little bit of tiny free FTT, and I said, why not match it with like I think I got like 2 FIST with it, and it's giving me a fraction of a FON, right? Because you want to put everything to use, but there's no really wrong way. This is part of the learning process, basically play with it, come back to us, talk to us. We could sit here and synergize and talk about what we've done, what works for us. You know, we'd love to hear when one of us like strike something that's amazing, you know, like Sanjeev will come and be like, hey, listen, I found this out. Peter will come out and say, hey, this worked for me. So, you know, this is what we're here for. We're here for, you know, sharing ideas and helping each other out. So
Awesome.
anybody have any other questions about anything else? I think there was a question. I don't know if Angie had a question. Angie, if you want to come and ask anything, now is the time. You know, we're here for you.
Angie, are you able to unmute?
I am. Oh
Hi,
my
Angie.
gosh, I'm just you guys are blowing my mind because Breezy's helped me get my bridge done. I think I don't even know what it's called, to get my OSK and my FIST out of my Tron wallet and my Binance wallet over into the other wallet, and I just really don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I know there's a lot of other people that are in this same boat, and I'm trying to guide people into this journey without a whole lot of knowledge.
Right.
But you guys are really, really breaking it down for me so that I can, like, I've helped 2 people today set up a KuCoin wallet and
Excellent.
and do their EasyBot wallet. So, but going back to the time a year and a half ago when I set up my Mapbot, I was on a call and somebody took control of my mouse and they got into my bank account and they got control, and they just, I knew what they were doing. It wasn't like I didn't know what they were doing, but they made it all happen without telling me what was actually happening.
Okay.
And I know that I'm a kind of detailed kind of girl, and I need to know what's happening.
So are you understanding what's going on right now with the project?
Well,
much.
not with, I have no idea what's happening with this Pangu project. No idea.
Okay, so when you were part of the project last year, when we were mining PGNLZs, all we're doing was pairing up OSK with USDT and putting it into the pool to mine PGNLZ energies at that time. So you were part of that, were you not?
I was.
Okay,
Last
so
October, I put money into OSK and FIST.
right. So this year, the new project is the same kind of mining, but now the mining portion is, well, we're mining Fawn daily. And the difference is that we're able to cash out the Fawn every day if we wanted to, or we can compound it, keep adding it to the pools. So they've allocated this new coin, they've allocated 330 million of these Fawn coins to be mined for 7 years. And they've
When you
broken
say
it up.
Fawn coins, spell that out for me. Is it FON?
FON, yeah, Fawn coins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it stands for FIST, OSK, and NFT. That's what Fawn is set up for. Okay, those are the acronyms. So we're mining these coins for 7 years. The Fawn coin is going to be the governance coin for the new DEX that's going to come out. And according to what we've heard, it looks like it's going to come out in October sometime. So it's going to have a lot of value. And we believe it's going to eventually have the value of BNB and Binance. So Binance has its own governance coin, which is BNB. And the value of that is $300 right now. So we believe that Fawn is going to eventually get that value because FSTSwap is so solid a platform right now. If you take a look, there's over $1 billion circulating in these pools. And because of this, the liquidity pools are so solid, we do believe that the value of Fawn is going to be solid when we have the DEX come up. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but what do I need to do with what I have now?
Oh, you're mining. I'm assuming you're already in the Fawn mining pool, correct? Or
I don't
you
know.
looked that up?
Ask Breezy because she
Okay.
helped me set that up in the
Yeah,
BitKeeper,
so
whatever it was.
what we're talking about today is what people have different strategies of what they're going to do with their fund, because everybody's mining fund every single day. And what you can do is you can harvest it, you can cash it out, put it to USDT, or you can take your fund and harvest it and then put it back into a pool so you can get more fund. So that's just a way of compounding the number of fund that you earn. So the more fund you get, eventually, when the fund price goes to 300, the more fund you get, obviously, the more value you're going to have in your portfolio. But at the same token, you don't have to harvest. You can let it sit and let it accumulate this way. But a lot of people want to be more proactive and try to, compound their growth in their accounts. And that means you have to do things manually in your account. Does that make sense?
Well, I
Angie?
definitely want to be on the earning
Yeah.
side of things, and I want to be on the exciting side of things. And
So what I'm gonna show you is my screen here, so we can talk about. I'm gonna go into my token pocket, and we can show you what can be done and what some people are doing. Like Cam is experimenting with different pools, and myself, what I've been doing is going into my farm, go to earn, and click on farm, and every time it hits 10 fawn, I take it out, I harvest it, and then I would put it back into the FIST USDT pool. So right now it's at 6.267. When it gets to 10, what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest. And then when I harvest it, I'm going to have fawn on the front assets page. And I'm going to pair that, I'm going to break that fawn in half and put half of it into USDT. And the other half I'm going to put into FIST. All you have to do is swap it in the FSTSwap and then pair up FIST with USDT and put more into this pool. Does that make sense?
not really, Peter, because I am such a newbie.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Let me explain a little better. If I hit harvest right now, I'm going to do it right now quickly. I'll show you. I would be able to take out the fawn that I've earned, and it shows that I have 6.267 fawn. Okay. If I was to harvest it, I would be able to, as long as I have BNB in my wallet, I can.
Where are you seeing fawn?
Okay, you see
I don't see fawn.
Yeah, it's kind of
anywhere.
not. It's 6.627 is fawn. It's kind of blocked off a little bit there because above that on my screen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the fawn I'm earning on a daily basis. Every time it gets to 10, I hit harvest, and then I go through the the confirmation and the password and all that. And what happens is this goes back to 0, and on the front page, go to the assets, I will have fawn. I'll have 10 fawn here. Okay, I can take this fawn, pair it up with the USDT, and put it back into the liquidity pool. I can go into the fawn USDT liquidity pool and continue to mine more fawn. But my choice is to break up that 10 fawn I have, put half, change half of it, which is 5 fawn. I will switch it to FIST, and the other 5 fawn I will switch it to USDT, and I will go back into the FIST USDT pool because I want to be part of the nodes. I want to be able to mine more in the node system that we have. So if I go to the pool, this is where I would click on BNB. I'd change it to fawn. If I have 10 fawn, I would be able to switch it. And what I would do, I would switch 5 of it to USDT. I would just put 5 here. This is assuming I have 10 fawn on the outside, okay, Angie?
Okay.
So I would put 5 of it into USDT, and then I would put the other 5 into FIST. Okay, so I would switch the other 5 into FIST. And then what I would do is I would pair it up into the pool. I just create a pair, and I would put FIST at the top, and then USDT at the bottom. And then I would just put max on whatever FIST I have. And then I would pair it up. And what this does is puts it into liquidity. I'd supply it to liquidity pool of FIST USDT. As soon as I put into liquidity pool of FIST USDT, I will get FRT tokens right in the front page. Okay, so the FRT tokens will show up right here. Okay, as soon as you put FIST USDT into liquidity pool, you will get a certain amount of FRT tokens. Once you have FRT tokens, you can go into the nodes.
What's FRT?
FRT is the token that you will accumulate whenever you put funds into the FIST USDT pool. Okay, so now with the FRT token, you're able to vote for the nodes. That's the only purpose of the FRT token. Okay, so what you would do is you would go to the nodes, click on nodes on the bottom right, and then you would scroll down and you will see all the different nodes. And the first 37 nodes are the official nodes. That means they're in the rankings where they're earning FON daily. And you're able to vote for any one of these nodes with the FRT tokens you have in the front. If I was to click on vote, I don't have any FRT, right? I'm not able to vote for this particular node. So once I have FRT, I would just click on whichever node I want to vote. And let's say I want to vote for number 8. I click on vote. It will show the amount of FRT that I have on the front assets page. And then I could click max. And then you would have to approve the FRT first if you haven't done this part yet. And then you would confirm it. And then once you confirm, you will be voting for this particular node. And each of the nodes pay out to their voters. And you can see the percentage that they pay out to the voters at the bottom, percentage of share. This one pays out 90% to all the people that vote. So all the fund that this node earns gets dispersed to the people. 90% of it gets dispersed to the people that vote. And the number of people that have, number of current votes, you can see there's 158. And that's also saying how much FRT has been voted into this particular node. And like I said, all the people that are in the top 37 nodes, if you vote in the top 37 nodes, you're going to earn on the voting, you're going to earn some fund depending on what they're paying out. You can see the different payouts. Number 26 pays out 91%, and etc. Number 29 pays out 90%. And then our node, which is not in the top 37, and I'm going to show you where our node is, which is the English International Community node. Our plan is to eventually be in the top 37, and we're going to continue to work towards that goal. And the Chinese community is a huge community, and they have a lot of people that have voted into the different nodes that have already been set up. So our node is in the candidate section. That means we're beyond the top 37. And you can see the English International node here. And then if you wanted to vote for our node, you would just click vote and then vote. So I've already voted for our node. As you can see, my FRT here has been deployed into this node. Do you see that at the bottom left there, Angie?
I do see it.
Yeah, so I voted for the English International node. Right now, I'm not going to be earning on that because we're not in the top 37. But the goal eventually is to get enough votes so that we can propel ourselves beyond within the top 37, so that we can earn fund based on the structure they have for the nodes. So that's pretty much it. We are going to keep pushing and keep educating whether we get in the top 37 or not. Our eventual goal is to get there so that we can also earn as a community, and then we can disperse our funds. We're set at 90% now, so that we are going to pay out, as soon as we get to the top 37, we're going to pay out all the votes, all the people that have voted for us with 90% of the fund that comes in. I hope that made sense, and I hope it's a little more clear for you. And if you have any more questions, please come on the calls, the support calls that we do on a daily, on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Angie, and I know you do participate on those calls. And the more information you get, the more educated you're going to be. And I don't want you to be lost in this. So we're learning as we go. And like I said, it's only been 2 months that we started to learn about this, or a month and a half, a little bit over that. Carlos, did you have something to say? You want to come in?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, because we told Angie DEX. Just wanted to let her know what that means. Can you explain what a DEX is to her?
Well, okay, DEX stands for a decentralized exchange. So certain exchanges like Binance and all the other ones, I had Kuoibi, those are called centralized exchanges. The decentralized exchanges are like FSTSwap, Uniswap, PancakeSwap. Carlos, you want to elaborate a little further on that?
Yeah, so you got BuySwap, FSTSwap, PancakeSwap, and in the DeFi space, which is obviously decentralized finance, you can see that we didn't have to give up a passport, we didn't have to give up an ID, we didn't have to give up any KYC, as they show. You'll see that word, you'll see those letters KYC, which means know your customer. So on the centralized exchanges, they want you to know your customers so much that they want their information. Obviously, all governments and all, big agencies want your information to sell it or to just keep track of you for taxes or whatever it is. So on DeFi, it's just, it's for the people, it's a playing field that we get to play in, and it's level. We don't need to abide by restrictions or anything that banks or any entities want from us. So it's great to be in the space. DeFi has taken off so much, and we're in a very unique project where Fawn is going to be the token that we use for gas fees, right? So right now, whenever we do something with our Fawn or our Fist or our OSK, we have to pay a gas fee, and it says BNB. It'll say 46 cents, 40 cents, 36 cents, $2 or whatever it is for whatever transactions we're doing. That's what Fawn will be. So that's why this is so important and so amazing. No one told us that that's going to happen with BNB when we were, a lot of us were in other projects and we were already in the Binance Smart Chain. But I mean, actually, we were in Binance itself, not the Binance Smart Chain. But had we known that BNB was going to be this important to the ecosystem of Binance Smart Chain, we would have all invested in that, right? So right now, we're at the very beginning of a coin that's going to be used in the same token. So when you want to navigate through an Ethereum network or MetaMask, you need Ethereum for those gas fees. You need BNB to navigate through Binance Smart Chain. You will need Fawn when we finally get that blockchain. So I mean that DEX, so that decentralized exchange. So that's really exciting, and we should all just collect as much Fawn as we can. I mean, obviously you can grow. I mean, because we're literally farming, we're digitally farming, which is amazing, right? So we grow a Fawn, we could easily change it to USDT and stabilize it, right? If we get Fawn at $20, when it was at $20, we could change it to USDT and we have $20 in our wallet and it's stable and we leave it there. But what are we doing with it, right? So when you compound in it, you're trying to triple it or double it or quadruple it. So we're getting free money. It's just, my strategy is just to get more Fawn and collect as much Fawn as I can for the next 7 years. And the first 2 years are the most important in this project because they're giving away the most amount of Fawn in the first 2 years. So that's why it's important to get your friends and get people into this project now. Not, you tell somebody about this project and they say, oh, tell me about it in 6 months. Show me your wallet in 6 months and then I'll believe you. Show me your wallet in 3 months. Well, the more time that ticks, then the less Fawn it's going to be given out in the next, couple years. So now is the time for this project. So that's just my 2 cents.
Great explanation there, Carlos. Important to note that in FSTSwap, every time we do a transaction, we use BNB as fees. So eventually FSTSwap is going to move to our DEX so that we can use Fawn as the fees. Correct, Carlos? That's the goal. That's the goal for every one of our.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Could you imagine that when we have Fawn as the fees for all the transactions, the value is going to be much higher, and that's why we're holding on to Fawn as much as we can. And Cameron was saying that he feels bad about selling it back. But Cameron, come on in. Since you got your hand up, come on in, buddy.
Hey, Carlos made me remember something that I saw he posted a while back that I wanted to ask him about. In the nodes, there was a couple of different nodes to vote for that were doing some pretty sneaky stuff where they were like committing like a high percentage of the node towards paying out Fawn, and then in the middle of the night they were switching it from like 90% to like 1%, and then I guess switching back, so it made it seem like they were always at a high level. Yeah, and then I saw those pictures that that Carlos had posted in on the Telegram group, and I started to look for those particular nodes, and I couldn't find them. Like, and I'm wondering, can they change their name too, so that you know
Yeah.
that I'm just
That's a good
curious
point.
about that because
Yeah,
it's hard.
that's a good point because we don't want to be a part of something that's manipulated like that. And that's being sneaky. And maybe they were switching something at the time that it was changed to 1%. We don't want to speculate too much, but if anybody was doing that, they were actually holding on to 99% of all the fund at that time and only dispersing 1%. And they have full control of adjusting that at any time, the node owners. Yeah, we have to be careful. We want to make sure that we're, voting for the right nodes that have good integrity. Do your research. Of course, Annie International, we all love Annie, so she's great. She won't do anything sneaky. We already know that. That's why she's at the top. She has a lot of respect and a lot of people following her, and that's about 30-40 communities came together to vote for Annie. And now we had a nice talk with Annie. She's also supporting us. She wants us to get to the top 37. So we got a lot of, people that have taken notice that we're existing, because it's important that they build this beyond China. It should go to the Western world so that we can build the community to over 1 million members. And just having 1 million members in North America would be absolutely incredible. This is a great project. Like you've been experimenting, Cameron. You can take out the funds, you can put into USDT, you can cash out, whatever you need to do with the funds. It's up to you, right? We're in DeFi. We're all in full control of our wallets, and we are all full control of our decision making. And always do our due diligence. Thank you, Cameron, for your input. It's great that we have a lot of people come on the calls and just share what they're experiencing. And really, it teaches all of us in the community as we grow. So tonight I learned a lot just from hearing from Cam and Sanjeev, of course, and Carlos. And I want to thank everybody for joining the call tonight. And Tio, thank you so much for what you're doing with your community, and keep it going, buddy. Just spread the good news about this project, and let's continue to build our community. Carlos, come on in. And you want to close out the night, and then let us know when our next call is. Go ahead, Carlos.
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question. Did you show the community? And I don't know if I missed it in our node that we went from 75 to 90%. Did you show that at all?
Yes, I showed us that we're at the 90% mark. Yes.
Awesome. I must have missed that. Okay, cool. That's it.
So
I
we'll
just wanted to make
let
sure.
you close it off. Carlos, Wednesday night is our next meeting, and then Thursday we also have another meeting. You want to let everybody know, and then thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
So guys, thank you so much. Wednesday, we do have a call, 10 o'clock. On Wednesday, start gearing up your questions. If we missed anything, we're definitely, Sanjeev is a perfect example of that. Someone asked about the burning. Bernard asked about the burning of the font. And you know what? If we don't have the answer, we're not going to sit here and make something up, or we're not going to beat around the bush. We don't know that right now. It just came out yesterday. We're excited to see it. Obviously, Bernard is following the bird just as we are. So it's great. Like, Bernard's following that bird. If we miss something, if we're so busy in our schedules and we miss something, please bring it to our attention, and we will do the same for you. If I know I'll be up, staying up late, maybe till about 3 in the morning, so I will catch something from the 3 in the afternoon in China. And if something comes up, then I will post it, and it's just exciting. A lot of sleepless nights, just waiting for news to come on. And I'm smiling because I'm just so happy with this project that it's hard to stay, disconnected for a while with this. This is your investment, so stay connected, follow the bird. Wednesday we'll have more stuff. Hopefully, we'll have like a special guest. You never know when these guys are available in China, like DeFi Max or Paul, and they can talk about further developments. But in the meantime, it's up to all of us to do our own research and keep track of everything that's going on. Okay, guys. So thank you so much. See you guys on Wednesday. Breezy, you got any good music for us to go out to?
Hey, I was just about to say it. DJ Breeze, come on in. Thanks everyone for joining us
You are
tonight. Go ahead, Breezy.
so funny. Dang it.
Thank you all for the fun, okay? Thanks, I appreciate that.
Thank you, T.O. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody, you may unmute
Have a
yourself.
good night, guys. Thank
See
you.
you on the next call.
Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night, everybody.
Buenos dias.
Thank you so much for all your support.
Thank you
I
so
love
much,
guys.
everyone. Thank you. Love you all.
Big hugs and tons of love.
Everyone, thank you.
I don't wanna make you cry. Lord have mercy. Did she neck a laptop? Did she drive a muscle up? Transport Baba stop. Lord have mercy. Society link up. Screenshot the gunshot.